Hello, this is Hilton Samuel, and we have been discussing how to be found by the one God has for you. And we have gone through the 3 F's. If you haven't had a chance to listen to those videos, I suggest that you go back and listen to those videos. One in which we discuss faith, the confidence that you have that this is going to happen, that you pray and you believe and you act accordingly. We also spoke about the second F, which is, having an image, a picture, a mind map. You sit down and you think about the type of family that you would like and how that family would operate. Just think, if you have a family, what would be a day in the life of your family? What would happen from the morning to the evening? And you just immerse your mind and thoughts on and in that process, seeing how you would be operating as a wife, how you would be operating, how your spouse would be operating as a husband, what you will be doing with your children if you have them, and how you will be conducting yourself, making each other happy and solving any issues and problems that you have. Again, it's just simply projection. And we spoke about focus, which is really immersing yourself in the company of people that have walked this way before, who are married, who are having a good time in marriage, and absorbing the vibes and picking up by osmosis the things that transpire. And we also mentioned that being in their company, you have access to their network, to their friends and family, and by extension, you may get to know a lot of people that you probably would not have otherwise gotten to know. Now, we are looking at a bonus section, attracting others, because we cannot in any way, shape or form and discuss how to be found without discussing how to be attractive. Usually when people think of attraction, especially in modern context, they think of beautifying themselves. But today we're not necessarily talking about making yourself pretty. The Bible says that you don't do it outwardly through the plaiting of hair and the way you dress. In First Peter chapter 3, Peter goes into much detail on what you need to do to be attractive. And I want to talk today not about clothes, makeup, hairdo, or any such thing. I mean, they have their place. I must say they do have their place. You need to be presentable. You need to look the part. You need to be fit. But we're not talking about going around dolling up yourself, having extensions in your hair, or, putting on extra body parts. No, we're not talking about the external. That has its place, and I'm not in any way, shape or form denying that you need to be presentable, but that's not what I'm talking about today. I'm talking about what I call the 4th F, and I use that F for free service. That sounds a little bit weird and abstract. But let me get down to what I am actually speaking about with this particular F, and it is called good works, or another word for it is kindness. I'm sure you know that the Bible places a very heavy emphasis on being kind. Be kind one to another, tender-hearted, forgiving one another, even as God for Christ's sake has forgiven you, in Ephesians 4:39. And I look at such examples as Rebecca. Rebecca in Genesis 24 was a young lady who displayed considerable acts of kindness. And it was that act of kindness those acts of kindness that actually endeared her to the servant who was looking for a woman who has the qualities, who can be a wife to Abraham's son Isaac. He went up to her and said, would you be able to give me a drink of water? And, Rebecca said, fine, I will be happy to do that. In fact, I would even do more than that for you. I will water your animals too. And he was just absolutely amazed and taken back on this young lady who didn't know him as a stranger, but yet was very hospitable, was very kind, and took the initiative of going out of her way to do an extra deed, going the extra mile. And, that just sealed or confirmed in his mind that this is the woman that God is leading him to pick as a wife for Isaac. Then there was a story of Dorcas in the New Testament, Tabitha. She died, but she was so kind that everybody knew her in the community. She was one of those people who was always doing kind deeds for everyone and anyone around, for the children, for the elderly, for those people in the community. When she died, the whole community mourned and implored Paul, look, this woman is so nice, so kind, so full of good works that you need to do something about it. And would you believe that she was resurrected just simply based on the fact that she was a kind person? And then Jesus went about doing good, and he had tons of people following him up and down the place because of the good deeds. All I'm saying, there are lots of, Peter speaks about different attributes, different elements of attraction in wives, and he spoke about being of a calm, humble spirit, and having a good conduct. But today we want to focus on just this one element. There are lots of other things that could be focused on, but being a kind, gentle person, being a person who look out for others, who do good things for others, is an element that everybody loves. Everybody is attracted to. Now, how do you go about doing this? And where do you do this? I suggest that you think about it in different categories. You could be kind in your community, to the people, your neighbors, to the boys and girls in your neighborhood, the elderly in the neighborhood, even the adults. At church, you could definitely go about being kind to some of the people who don't have a look in. There are popular people in the church, and there are people who sit quietly in the back and slip in and out of church unnoticed. In your country, go about and you can help volunteer, feeding the hungry, the homeless, and clothing, giving out clothing. You can do acts of charity. Internationally, you could make donations through different organizations, and you can even do trips to countries to build schools, build homes, volunteering. And then there are friends and family. This may sound strange, but sometimes we are very nice to other people, to people that we don't know. However, to the very people who are closest to us, we ignore them and at worst treat them terribly. So we want to encourage you to be kind to your friend and family. Send a card to your mom or dad, thanking them for all the things they've done for you, to your brother and sister. Just take some time out to be nice to them. And how do you do this? Now, there are many different ways of being kind, and at the risk of being condescending, I want to suggest that you could volunteer your time visiting the hospital, the people who are sick, visiting even jail. So that might be a challenging one to do. But there are people who do visit people who are in jail, making donations to charity or in person to individuals, people on the street, visiting the elderly, the shut-in, or even just visiting friends. There are some people who are, they're not necessarily down and out, but having a visit might be, or just sending a text, making a call, and I did mention volunteering again. These various actions, you could even do random acts of kindness. One lady was standing in line in the checkout till at the supermarket, and when she got to the till, she found out that the person before paid for her, you know, however much her grocery bill was. The person decided that, you know, anonymously, that he would pay for her. So if you go about and start doing acts of kindness, I would guarantee you that people will be looking at you, they will be observing you, they will be talking about you, your reputation would spread, and people will be drawn to you and drawn into your life as they hear about you, as they see you doing what you are doing. They would be making mental note and thinking, boy, that would be a type of person that I would like to get involved with. That would be the type of woman I would marry, and that would be the type of man I would love to have in my life. So a powerful feature of attracting people in your life is just being nice and kind. Talk to you in the next video.